Hi everyone, welcome to the course. I want to go through the navigation of the course and then what's expected in Module 1. If you ever have any questions, send me an email, let me know. I'm always here to assist, but it's very important that you understand the navigation of the course. The navigation of the course will really make things a lot easier if you understand and get things right at the beginning. If you look right here at the introductory module, you'll know I have Meet the Instructor, where you'll see a profile of me, the introduction discussion board, where you can focus on meeting your peers, and then the syllabus. It's very important that you review the syllabus and very important that you review the course schedule. The course schedule will outline what is due each week. So I want to go over some things in the syllabus. In the syllabus, I want to show you first how you're being graded. You're going to be graded on 5 discussions, Applia work, which you'll have every week, 4 quizzes, and a final exam. Here are the grading breakdowns versus percentages and points. I have the discussion board expectations for you and a rubric. I have the quiz and final exam, have the Applia work, and then I have the course schedule. And when you read the course schedule, I do realize that the dates might not be accurate, but the schedule will be read the same. This is what we're completing this module. This is the due date right here. So this is the due date that you have to complete this work by. So you read chapters 1 and 3, you have discussion board number 1, and you have Applia work. So that's what's due by this date listed here. Now, it might be different in the course that you're viewing because I've taped this earlier. So if you have a different due date in your syllabus, use that due date. But you want to follow this breakdown for what is due because no late work's accepted in the course. So that's very important to focus on. Okay? Let's go through the module. In the module, Module 1, I always have a to-do list. I have the PowerPoints listed here. Sorry about that. PowerPoints listed here for you. I have teaching summaries for each of the chapters, which I think you'll find very helpful. And I also have discussion board number 1, which is going to be your required work for this week. I have also some very interesting articles that related to the course concepts and some videos as well that will be very helpful. So if we look at the discussion board, let's start there. The discussion board topic, and what is the discussion board rubric? I think you'll find this very helpful. The discussion board, you need to make sure that you have 3 to 4 paragraphs. You must include an in-text citation and reference in APA formatting and answer the question. Here is the question that you're looking at. You basically have 3 different questions. Now, with this is not all opinion, so you really want to focus on your content, research from either the book or other materials to complete your work. But you need that APA formatted in-text citation and reference. Now, you need 2 peer responses, which can be to any of the posts that I post in the course or to any of your peers. Your first post is always due by Thursday by 11:55, your initial post. So after you post your first post, then you'll post your 2 peer responses. But the first post, I give you 20 points for posting by Thursday at 11:55. If you have any questions or if you want me to pre-grade your work, just send me an email and I'm easily able to do that and provide more assistance to really help guide you. Now let's go over Chapter 1 and some of the important concepts in Chapter 1. We're looking at economics, and economics is the study of unlimited wants with limited resources. Everyone wants something. The problem in economics is we can't have everything we want. So we're always trying to satisfy our wants and needs in our economy. That's very important to focus on. And it makes us focus on the decisions that we have to make in our economy. And when we focus on decisions, we're going to have to make choices on what we want to do with our resources. You'll notice that resources are scarce, and I do have some very interesting things about scarcity. And scarcity is looking at a resource, and the prices of these resources determine how scarce things are. Now, in this chapter, you're going to look at 3 different breakdowns. You're going to look at how people make decisions. You're going to look at how people interact in markets and with the government and with others. And you're going to look at how the economy as a whole works as well. So these 3 things are what we're going to be breaking down with the book calls the 10 Principles of Economics, which is a very important breakdown to know how we're breaking down in terms of the analysis of these particular chapters and these concepts. In chapter 2, though, that's when we start to be developing some of these actual concepts. And when we look at chapter 2, we're looking at the role of an economist and how they make decisions. The first model I want to go to is the circular flow model right here. The circular flow model is connecting both firms and households in the market. They're connecting firms and households in 2 different markets, the market for goods and services and the market for factors of production. Now, this means that households will supply themselves in the factors of production. Now, what are the factors of production? The factors of production are land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. So you'll notice that households are very concerned about supplying themselves in the market for the factors of production, where firms will give them payments for their services. And what are their payments? Their payments are going to include wages. So households work with their services with firms. Firms supply them with money, and then households use this money to buy things in what's called the store right here that firms supply. The circular flow is an important concept because it's connecting how firms and households are related to each other, and they need those services to connect. So if households lose their jobs in the market for the factors of production, that's going to create a lot of strain on markets, and it's going to create a lot of challenges for what markets will have to be facing. Hold on here, it's resetting a little bit. Now I want to look at the production possibility frontier. The production possibility frontier is looking at a model with their fixed resources. In this model, we're producing 2 things, computers and cars. Now, when we look at this model, this is where we can produce, given our fixed resources. If we put all of our production into computers, we're going to produce 3,000 computers. So all of our resources, people and machines. However, we can produce no cars in this model. Now, if we flip it around, if we want to put all of our resources in the production of cars, we're at 1,000. That means we can produce no computers. When we look at this model, you're noticing that we're looking at production possibility frontier, and we're trying to figure out where the best place to produce at. The best place to produce at is anywhere on this line that the company needs to produce at. Not in the middle. A lot of people think the middle, that's not really the place to produce at. Anywhere on this line. We're not able to produce outside of the production possibility because it's outside of our resource allocation. And we are able to produce inside because this is anything we're not producing with regard to our scarce resources. So we can produce there, but we're not producing at our maximum potential that we'll look at. A term that you might find important with the production possibility frontier is looking at opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is looking at what do you have to give up to get. So now, if we're at point F and we want to go to point A, we have to give up producing some computers to produce more cars. That's your opportunity cost. You're not able to produce more of one and produce more of the other without giving up something. So these are some of the concepts that we're focused on. Please make sure to review the syllabus, the course schedule. If you have any additional questions, please let me know. But I look forward to your effort, and make sure to submit all of your work by the due date as well, because no late work's accepted.